YouTube Pagan Challenge, and this video is now on letter N. And I chose Nyx, the goddess of night. Nyx is the Greek personification of night, and she is my matron goddess. I don't have a patron. When I first started, I actually worshipped Apollo and Artemis, but right now that changed after I became a mother, actually. So a few years down the road. Where am I going with this? I'm not even going to edit this. So many ums. Anyway, around the age of 19, I connected with nothing. And about a year later, after my daughter was born, I resonated very much with the night. And I'm a night owl. I love the nighttime. I don't mind daytime. I know daytime is when I get stuff done. It's when I do the laundry. It's when I do the dishes. It's when I make sure my children haven't hidden candy under their beds. It's when I get the kids ready for school. It's when I was homeschooling. It was when I would teach the kids. And then now without the homeschooling, it's when I rush them off to make sure they get to class on time. Even though they barely need me now. All I am is an alarm clock. The 6-year-old still needs me, but the others, no. I'm just an alarm clock. And so I was trying to connect more with a mother energy, and at the same time, I was just, night for me is calmness, it's stillness. And I'm a smoker. I know it's a bad habit. I'm trying to quit. I've cut back. I used to smoke about a half a pack a day. Now I'm down to about a quarter of a pack a day. I'm still trying to quit. But when I go outside to smoke, because I don't smoke indoors, I don't want my children all around that mess, I go for a walk. And I just go around the block. And I go with my ex-husband, who also smokes. So when we like each other's company, so we go smoking together and we just chit-chat. And most of the time, we just admire the night sky. We admire the stars and the planets and the moon. And right now, I think it's no longer going on. It's been really cloudy the past few days, so I don't know if it's already passed, but it was with Mars, Saturn, Venus, and Jupiter were visible in the night sky. So we would point out which stars was which and what mythologies went with what, and it's just, I love the night sky, and it feels so calming, so safe to me. And it wasn't always that way. I was abused as a child, and the abuse and the molestation and the rape would happen at night. So I used to be afraid of the night. And as I got older and became a mother, the night started keeping me safe. And I did a little bit of research trying to find a personification of night, because at that point I was like, this is my deity. This is what I'm called for, or called to. And I came across, I worship mostly Hellenic, Greek, and Roman gods and goddesses. And I came across Nyx, which is night. And Nox, I think, is what's Latin for night. And she is a mother goddess. She was born from chaos, though some mythologies say that she was born from Eros, but I prefer chaos because that just makes more sense to me. She was born from chaos. Her brother, Erebus, is darkness and was also her consort. And she gave birth to a lot of gods and goddesses. I know she gave birth to Day, Hemera, Hypnos, which is sleep, and Thanatos, which is death. And she is usually depicted wearing this cloak that she drags around, and it looks almost like a parachute, actually, the way that I've seen it depicted. And she's followed by the stars, and when Hemera, her daughter, leaves for the day, she comes home, and when Hemera comes back is when she goes back out, and she walks across the sky and brings the night with her. And one of the myths that I resonated with was actually about her son, Hypnos. And it was because Hera had asked him for a favor, and he put Zeus to sleep during something with Heracles, and it caused much grief. And when Zeus found out, he threatened Hypnos. So Hypnos ran to his mom, which was Nyx, and Nyx protected him. And so even though he was worried about Zeus, he knew that he was safe with his mom. And Zeus left him alone because he was in complete awe of Nyx. She was very powerful in comparison. So even though Hypnos was actually really paranoid after that, and anytime he would come across Zeus, he would just run to his mom. And what resonated so deeply with me is that's how I am with my kids. If there is ever any trouble, I will be there for them. I will support them. I am Mama Bear. If they're in the wrong, then I'm going to throw them right back out. I mean, I'm not going to throw them to the wolves, but they're going to have to deal with it, and I'll just help along the way. But I am Mama Bear. I will protect my children. And that was one thing that really resonated with me, finding out about Nyx. So, Nyx, being night personified, I am a really I'm a really shitty practitioner. I don't do a lot, mostly because I don't have a lot. I do try and do like a prayer here and there, and I do try and do a meditation on full moons and new moons. But because of my depression, I've just been pretty much just sitting in a corner of my bed and crying on and off. Well, you know, depression stuff. So one thing that I do that keeps me connected with Nyx is going on my night walks. And on my night walks, I admire her cloak of stars, and I feel wrapped in her cloak. I feel safe and I feel whole, which helps my depression because I feel so worthless most of the time. So I feel home with her. And I was homeless at one point and hopping from place to place, and that was my go-to, is loving Nyx as the nighttime goddess and loving the night as my safe haven. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. You guys have a great day. Brightest blessings.